Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Anime Review, episode number 43. This I'm reviewing 36th episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind, which is also 149th episode of the anime, Diavolo Surfaces. Yeah, this pretty much finishes up chapter 178 and goes from 179 to 183. Yeah, it finishes up the Requiem plays quietly. It finishes up in that story arc, and it almost goes through the entirety of that the story arc Davito surfaces. Yes, this particular arc basically they adapt almost the entirety of this arc except for the last chapter in this episode. My guess is next we're going to get sort of toward the end of this particular thing. Yeah, the main story itself doesn't have many chapters up because here's kind of the thing. The last arc of the series, which takes up like the last of this particular thing of Golden Wind, which takes the last 6 chapters. Yeah, here's the thing. After Diavolo Services wraps up 184, the final arc is only 4 chapters. Technically, the last arc is a flashback story, but yeah, it's simply interesting the fact that the last arc is roughly 4 chapters. So yeah, we're probably gonna have about 2, maybe 3 episodes left. My guess is probably about 3 at most. This episode picks up where we last episode left off. We have Team Baraki. Basically it's Barachi, Gorno. Gorno's actually his own body. Barachi is in the body of the boss. You have Mista, who's in Trish's body, and Trish, who's in Misa's body. Yep. And they chase after it. Oh yeah, and Polnareff is still inside of the turtle. And they go after Requiem. They try to take him out, but because last week's episode left off with Chariot Requiem basically going after Polnareff, but stopping because apparently he's evolving, like some kind of creature's coming out of him because he's the body of a turtle. Yeah, and apparently everybody else is going to be suffering through this as well. And Trish is starting to go through this while in Misa's body. And we find out that the boss is actually hiding in someone else's body because the boss basically about 2 personalities. Also, this episode has the death of a character in here. Dapo, the underboss, who is a character who shared a body with the boss himself. And here's kind of the strange thing. The boss and Dapo do not know these two share the same body. Yeah, he has a split personality. Yeah, it seems like he's like 2 different bodies in some shape or fashion. That's what it looks like to me. Yep. And he dies in Baraki's body. Yep. He dies. In like the end of Diavolo Services. Yeah. So with him dead, basically there's not many characters left. I mean, the main character obviously survives. So is Trish and Mista. I'm not going to spoil what happened to Barachi at this point. So, he's able to basically jump from Mista, Mista is possessing Trish's body, to the Trish possessed Mista to go after Silver Chariot. And basically kind of takes out Silver Chariot in a way. And then looks like he has the arrow, but he also took out Gorno's arm while going over there to him. And Gorno said would basically summon ants. Next page pretty much almost destroys the wood of the arrow. The arrow itself is almost pretty much down to its head. Yeah, it's almost down to its head. And then basically it's sent flying. And it looks like that Mista is going to catch Trish, but it also could look like Davido's going to catch it. And that's kind of where the episode ends. It was a really exciting episode. And if you watch this episode, it kind of feels like if you read the manga, it feels as though it's beginning to end because with them getting up to 83, there's not many chapters in the main story left. You want to know how many there's left? Roughly 5. Yeah, 5. Overall for the story, for the overall part, there's roughly like 11 chapters left. Yes, 11. So I wouldn't be surprised though if somehow that this particular story wraps up with the very next episode, and then having the last 2 episodes basically being the flashback story. I would not be surprised about that. But that would be something if it actually does that. We feel like, though, that 37 probably would be the end. And, of course, the last 2 episodes feel like bonuses. One thing I like to see him do, like, until they decide to adapt Part 6, just adapt the light novels. That's my personal guess. That's my personal suggestion to do with it. And also, you can do, like, more adaptations of the those one-shot stories featuring the manga artists who appeared in Part 4. That's my suggestion. What you could do while you're deciding if you're going to adapt Part 6 or not. I mean, it's already completed. Part 6 was completed like several years ago, and that one was basically like the last one released weekly before. Like, that was completed back in 2002, I believe it was. Was 2002? Yeah. It was completed 2002, and the last 2 parts have only come out in the last like several years. Yeah, I'm almost done with Part 7, by the way. Yeah. I will eventually get a chance to finish up, hopefully, the rest of JoJo's Adventures in the near future. But I'm also trying to finish up Case Closed, which I've got currently like 96 episodes left. Hopefully, finish up next week. I hope so. Okay? So, yeah, that's it for this particular review. I have 2 more reviews coming. One review reviewing the newest chapter of the Case Closed manga, and another video reviewing the newest chapter, Black Clover. Okay? See you next video. Bye.